Live. All right, good morning and welcome to the Bipolar Sunrise. I think this is around episode 35. 35? Yeah, it's a milestone. Woohoo. Anyway, I'm Garrett Nichols.
I'm Ryan Sullivan.
Nate Dog.
Big John.
All right, good morning, guys. Everybody having a good rainy weekend? Have you been able to get out of the house and do anything?
Watched college football all day yesterday.
How was that?
It was fun. I enjoyed it. Like, I really got into the games. I haven't been much of a college football person my whole life till I married Tabby. And she's huge into college football.
And K-State put the smack down.
Yeah, they did.
And then
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
It fucking hurt.
Is it just college ball? She likes NFL stuff too, right?
Yeah. She gets excited for football season. She lets us know, okay, well, the TV's mine. And so we watched part of the KU State game when we were at 627 eating lunch. And then watched the Ole Miss game and Alabama game. I don't know, watched quite a bit of
All the
college.
games.
Yeah, all the games. Watched quite a few games yesterday. I went to bed before the LSU game was over, so I'm not sure who won that. It was a fun day.
April's making chili today, so that ought to be pretty good.
Tabby made broccoli cheese soup yesterday.
Katie made potato soup.
Hell
It
yeah.
seems like it's that time of year, you know, it's getting ready for soups and
Nice rainy
chilies
day.
and-
And
Yeah, April made
Yeah.
a potato soup for Miss Bell a couple days ago.
I like potato soup.
I do too.
I think it's one of my probably. I don't know why they call it vegetable soup, or at least my wife's has beef in it, so she puts hamburger in the vegetable soup.
Oh,
And I
nice.
really like that. So it's hamburger and meat and vegetable soup, but I like that.
Yep.
Potato soup's just a good, cheap fucking soup. Potatoes don't cost anything. A few sticks of butter. I mean, you're good. Yeah.
It is relatively cheap and it's pretty filling too. I mean, I had a big bowl last night and usually I'll eat two, but it was about 8 o'clock and I thought, man, if I eat another bowl, I'm gonna be.
You're really gonna sleep.
I won't, though. I'll have to try to digest all that. When she makes chili, or she makes this stuff called taco soup, and it's it tastes like chili to me, but it has corn in it too and things. And I will not only eat two big bowls of that, but I'll eat a whole sleeve of crackers with it. And I'm just like, I can't even hardly sit. You know, I've got to keep myself propped upright because I'm so full.
Right.
And if I try to lay down, it's just going to be heartburn city.
I always go for a walk after those.
Yeah,
At least try to
that's
get a
probably what I
quarter
should do.
mile in or a half if I can, but just kind of keep things moving around, stretching out.
Yeah, I like to turn the TV on and lay there and die. Just be miserable.
It's like biscuits and gravy.
That's my approach.
Eat so much that I have the hiccups, you know, and then I'm
Right.
even more in more pain because I'm trying to hiccup this giant belly off. Tis the season, though. It is good. It's funny. I think it's for me. It's nostalgic. You feel the season change. The leaves start to fall. Memories, foods, things like that you start to eat, and then all of a sudden it snowed for like the third time, and then melted, and it's cold, and I'm just so tired of winter. And it's only been 2 weeks into the season.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, we got 12 more months of this. That's what it feels like.
I mean, weeks.
You know, because April will come around and you're like, oh, cool, the Easter Bunny saw his shadow. 24 more weeks of winter, you know.
Did he really come out of his cave?
I think that I don't want to misquote because I know a lot of people get their news off of this and expect we're a factual news organization, but didn't Punxsutawney Phil kick the bucket? And it's his son running the show now? There's some speculation, guys. I believe that his son had something to do with his father's disappearance.
Taxidermy Phil.
He was so tired.
You think they could have him taxidermied? That'd be a good name too.
Imagine that they have him taxidermied, and then they're like, okay, he's gonna see a shadow, and they just got him on
Drag
a
a
stick.
string.
They're just like put him out the hole, and then shove him back in.
I was thinking of Easter when Jesus comes out of his cave and sees his shadow.
Oh, is that how you know if there's 4 more seasons?
I don't know.
I could be making this up, folks, but our fact checker, Nate D-O-double-G, is going to,
Well, I'm sure he's died a lot of times. How did that even come out? Like, hey, Garrett, you want to come over and see if he sees his shadow today and drink some beers with me? And then more people start showing up and it turns into this big old fest where, I mean, there's Groundhog Day, for fuck's sakes, with Bill Murray.
let's just say, I'm just going to guess at why this is. I don't know. I would assume that at some point in history, you know, they make a farmer's almanac and things. I'm sure a group of rural citizens noticed that around when the groundhogs start to come out, if it's sunny season when they come out and they see their shadow, then typically when that happens, it's sunny when the groundhogs start to emerge from their winter, you know, hibernation or whatever they do. Then that usually means that it's going to be a little bit longer of a winter. Or if it comes out and it's a cloudy season and he doesn't see a shadow, that means the winter's going to be shorter. Or however that works, I'm not even sure if I'm
Yeah,
right,
I think you said that right, which always kind of weirded me out.
because it's backwards.
Right.
You would think, but I think that that's probably what it was. Or like once the groundhogs start to emerge, if it's usually a sunny time, because maybe they start coming out within probably a 2 week to a month period. If that time span is generally a nice period, that means the winter's going to drag on. But if it's kind of cold and gloomy throughout that time and the sun's not out, then that means winter's gonna, you know, be a shorter winter, and we can start planting our crops. And that's probably, I mean, I'm just completely guessing, but that just makes sense. to
Judge
me.
my weather off the caterpillars, how wide their stripes
That's what
are.
I was getting ready to say. There's caterpillars, there's certain plants that if the leaves are closer to the stalk, or if they're, I mean, it's crazy all the different things that farmers have used to gauge.
Well, I don't
winter
think it's
seasons
a
and
pretty
stuff like
easy.
that off of.
It's probably pretty accurate, because if you look at the way we always have completely different weather patterns around October, right? Like it could be sometimes there's freezing rain on Halloween night, sometimes it's snow on the ground
Sometimes it's
Halloween
100
night,
degree.
sometimes it's 100. That doesn't affect when the leaves fall, because the leaves are already starting to fall. It's the cycle of light as it starts to pattern, as this light starts to get
Shorter
further and
days.
further away, you know, then the leaves and the trees and everything it's the light pattern, has nothing to do with weather at all. So the moon and the sun are what's causing the plants and the trees to either grow or not grow. So if you have plants that's
But like right now, it's still dark as shit outside.
right.
You know,
Daylight savings time's coming up. Hell yeah.
next weekend.
Don't get me
Looking
started
for a
on
reason
that.
to be depressed now.
Don't get me started. That is such a frustrating. And I wonder how much of that is just a psychological for me, knowing that it's about to come and I'm going to have some struggles with sleeping, or typically I have, that I'm now gearing myself to, and then talking myself into having.
I
shit
have to
sleep.
get into practice. Like, I'll purposely start staying up till 11 right now.
I can't do that.
And then I'll be up like at 6. Well, usually around 5. Because I'm usually waking up around 4 right now. If I go to bed at 10, waking up around 4-ish, I might be able to get back to sleep.
Well, I
My
just
dream
go to
pattern is
bed.
go to bed at midnight, wake up at 5. But now I'm going to be probably falling asleep around 11, waking up at 3 now.
I can stay up till 9 during the summer, because I can sleep till 6 or even 7. But when it starts to get cold in winter, then I'm up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, no matter what. So I just go to bed earlier. I try. I mean, 8 o'clock, I need to be in bed, because I know I want to get at least 8 hours of sleep. If I go to bed at 9, I'm still getting up at 4:35.
Do you sleep good for those 8 hours?
I don't think so.
Would you rather get 4 hours of hardcore sleep or
No.
8 hours of shitty sleep?
8 hours of shitty sleep.
Oh shit, I'm the opposite. I'd rather just be dead to the world for a few. Sometimes I can lay down for 3-4 hours, wake up and just like, yeah, ready to rock. Ryan, you're the same way.
Mhm.
But winter coming up, like here in the rain, it gets cold. It's like I'm trying to go into a hibernation. Sometimes I
Well-
won't get up for. Well, I might be up at that time, but I'm always just there in bed. Seems like I lay there with my eyes closed.
But like I was talking to you earlier, we have so many inherent traits that we can't do anything about. There's things inherently in our DNA that if a spider runs out of the 4 of us, we're going to react differently. 3 of us are probably going to jump up on our chairs, and Nate's probably going to go eat it. You know what I mean? Like everybody has different hereditary things that are passed down to them, the way that they react. And I'm sure when weather changes, I mean, we're all not from the same place inherently, right? Like you're probably German or something like that, Polish, and you probably have some Irish and German, like a lot like me. Uh, John's got some obviously bigger genes. He was probably from some kind of a German.
Yeah, German and Scottish runs pretty big in mine.
So, you know, being that we have different obvious European backgrounds, there are going to be some similarities to the way that we react to situations, but there are also going to be things that are going to be just specific to our own genetics.
How much of that you think's taught though?
Well, I mean, a lot. That's what I'm saying. There's going to be a nurture involved, but there's going to be the inherent things that you're not going to be able to predict how you're going to react. Like if somebody pulls a gun right now, if I've been trained in weapons defense and I'm prepared for that, then the nature side of my reaction time has been muscle memory out, right? Like how I reacted to the first time someone drew a weapon on me, I turned my head and froze to where I was trained that out of my system. So in instances like that, but if you have no training in anything, it's just a natural reaction. It's just whatever your reaction is going to be. I would say it would be inherent to wherever your genetics come from, traditionally European, African, Asian, however, your reactions will be different because we don't have giant pythons in the Americas.
Right.
But we're not from there either. But
Right.
European continents, it's not like you're going to see giant snakes in London. It's too cold.
And of course, we live in Kansas. We probably have handguns around us at any given second. I mean, I grew up with firearms, which would be different from an Asian that's never seen one but on TV.
And this is
like,
the
holy
next step.
shit!
As our evolution changes, we don't have reactions to these because some kids have never seen a snake besides in an enclosure. Some kids have only seen spiders, like, you know, in controlled environments. It's not the same, you know, type of, so their the reactions that we have to these things are going to be different. So our children's reactions down the line and grandchildren will be inherently different because we've grown up in climate controlled environment. We never had to fight for anything. You know, we've never had to go gather food
I had to go to Walmart once to buy bologna.
on your own. They
Yeah.
didn't deliver.
Hunt and gather.
That's I saw a TV show. I was watching TV. It was yesterday, and this guy said, it was whatever the show was about. Oh, she said, stop by and get a turkey on your way home. He said, he's like, why don't you just call DoorDash or something? She's like, it's Thanksgiving night. He's like, yeah, there's people out doing, you know, trying to. And he's like, okay, I'll go get the turkey. It was like a real big problem for him now. He got off work and was planning on going straight home. But now he's got to stop and get a turkey. Call DoorDash.
Yeah.
How often is this happening now? When I was a kid, of course, when you were a kid, when we were young, most of us lived in rural areas. Emporia was more rural 50 years ago. Longton was definitely more rural 50 years ago. You know, so living in these desolate places, Wyoming, you're growing up completely different now
Right.
than we were. Even there was not. I have a garden in my backyard, but it's not nearly as spectacular as my dad's, and not nearly as spectacular as his dad's.
I don't remember eating turkey when I lived in Wyoming. It was probably antelope or deer or elk.
Good bit of muskrat, something small.
Maybe.
You know.
Speaking of,
Punch
so
the Tony Phil.
Yeah, could have been.
Tony Phil,
I,
we're circling back.
yeah, well, it's kind of funny you brought Thanksgiving up, and I just happened to be flowing through the internet yesterday, and I found out I guess our government shut down. Has anybody heard this?
Mm-hmm.
And then something about food stamps and stuff not going to be eligible for people next month. Like
Due to the government being shut down.
Well, if
I
they don't
don't
have
know.
any employees to
how this right here is going to
run the numbers,
which, you know, I've been on food stamps. Of course, this was 20 years ago when I was starting my business out and moving around. And it's definitely a stepping stone that will help you get in the right direction. But there's people that have definitely taken advantage of the situation. I get that, but
I don't think this has anything to do with them trying to figure out if the system's not working.
Yeah,
I think it's just they don't have employees.
don't know
the
anything
government's
about
not
it.
paying them,
yeah.
so they're not coming to work. And I don't know.
That's
Well,
the
just-
way I take it.
It just kind of sucks that, you know, there's going to be people out there that are
Depending on it for
depending
Thanksgiving
on it
dinner,
for Thanksgiving dinner.
or any dinner, whether
Right.
it's Thanksgiving or not. They might not be able to even get ramen at that
That's
point. And that
Never had ramen. We need to fix that.
We're not fixing it. It's not broken. Yeah, it is kind of, I think that this really highlights the,
I guess we're sending like trillions of dollars over to feed everybody else, but we can't take care of our people here in the United States, and it's our tax money that's getting shipped over, which I guess,
wrong. It's not our tax money, it's money that we borrowed from China.
really?
We're in debt to our ears
We're
from
always
China.
in debt for
To China.
everything.
I know.
And we've been sending money to every Tom, Dick, and Harry since the beginning.
Yeah,
of
so are we
fucking
really in
time.
debt? But guarantee you, we've given more money away than we are in debt.
This is what I was getting ready to say, is that this just shows years and years of government abuse and no oversight. And I don't know, because of all the things, I watch the reels all the time, these videos that you scroll through, the short videos, and they'll come up with these, come up and they'll be talking about some kind of a political post, whatever it is, pick your side. And you can just see right through it. It's like, it's doesn't matter. We've had plenty of Republican presidents. We've had plenty of Democratic presidents. We've had plenty of Republican and Democratic congressmen and senators. And we just continually get worse off and worse off. Our rights slowly get taken away. And we slowly get experimented on, our citizens, in different ways. Have been. And, this is just everyday, normal behavior. I mean, that's really what it is. We're just getting. You watch the old movies, old stories. You see the peasants all on the ground, the kings wearing gold and stuff, and peasants are all just like, yeah, this is normal. They're throwing bread. Oh, go get it. Like, oh, good, we get our bread. And like, oh, we better go back to our shack. And that's what we do too. Like, well, we better go back to our job. I just made enough money this week that I could just barely afford to get gas to make it back to my shithole job.
Right.
And I have to have that job because I've got kids, and there's no way I can afford insurance if I don't have that job.
Yeah, we're all prisoners to the system, for
Like,
sure.
oh, your insurance lapsed? Better check your credit score. Oh, you don't have insurance on your vehicle? Why not? Better check your credit score, because now you're going to even have a harder time getting a loan for a vehicle because let your insurance lapse. Because it was either that or pay the water bill,
Put food on the table.
or get enough money for ramen
Yeah.
or whatever your pleasure spam, whatever it is now. Yeah, that's the state of the United States, and with the government being shut down, a lot of people that were already relying on food stamps because they've spent all their money for water and electric and trash and gas and sewer. Now they've got to decide whether they're going to pay or make it to work. Do I pay my electric bill, or do I get gas in my car because I have to go to work? I need that job. What if you have two jobs? You got to drive across town from that one job to the next. I mean, it is, and I understand, like you said, there's people that take advantage of the system, but how many people are doing just like what we said? It's a mom or a dad that he's just going from job to job, taking the kids from his sister's house to his ex-wife's house so she can watch him while he works nights, and then he takes the kid during the day while she works during the day.
Definitely a lot of that.
There's probably a whole lot of that. There's a lot of people struggling to get by, and those food stamps are the only thing keeping them in food.
Mm-hmm.
And you see people, when you see people at the grocery store, a big woman with a bunch of cans of pop and just air fryer foods and what like that happens, and they're that's not good, but that's not exactly their fault either. It's not like there's some kind of list that you can buy stuff off of. They say everything. You can't get cooked food, but you can get anything in the grocery store. So that's pop, that's cheddar poppers, that's whatever you want. That's their right? They're still a human. Like, it's not my it's not my place to say, hey, you can't fucking eat like that. Because that's my money.
Right.
No, we agree. We live in a socialist, essentially, society. We have socialist programs like the fire department, police department, and the post office, and the WIC that we either agree to or we're still American citizens. We could move to another country or we could go and try to fight Congress, but we're not. We're agreeing to pay for these programs, and those people get to eat whatever the fuck they want. If you want to do restrictions on it, then we need to lobby Congress to put a list out that this is the only food that you can get with
Right.
food stamps. Until then, shut up about it.
Have
I mean, or just
any of you
keep
guys
on
growing
living.
up always had that kid that just was kind of poor, didn't have a whole lot of money, just seemed like their family just wasn't well off, but you go over there for like a sleepover, they always had like the name brand cereals. Because I never got name
Or
brand
Pop-Tarts and
cereals.
whatnot like
Yes,
that.
never got any of that, or Eggo waffles.
Right.
Never got any of that stuff growing up. It was always like the big bag, like fake Cheerios or whatever.
You got to put it in Tupperware.
Well, then
'cause
I
it's gonna
go
stale.
to my buddy's house, and I didn't realize this till I got older. I was like, man, these guys have $0. She was an old woman. She always took in kids. There was always random kids running around. She was the one that was, I don't know if she adopted or maybe it was just like she played mom in the neighborhood and just kind of had random kids running around. But I noticed when I'd go over there for a sleepover, she had like a rundown house. You could tell she didn't work. She just took care of kids and was kind of retired probably at that time. That was like the first time I really had like name brand cereal when I went over there. And I never really figured it out till I got older. It was like, they have no money, but they always had like the name brand, like you said, the Pop-Tarts, the Eggo waffles. And then when I got older and kind of looked back on, well, they had food stamps. That's how they got that stuff. It wasn't like my house where mom was like, okay, yeah, we have this many dollars for groceries this week. You're not getting the name brand shit. So I always thought that was kind of odd looking back at it, but now I understand why they had what they had.
Yeah, I mean that's when you think about it too. They food was the only thing that they did have.
Right.
That was something that they could. I mean, and that's a big thing. You're a child. That's the most important thing. You get not the most important, but you got to live, and having a good nutrition is good. So like people that get a high dollar amount on food stamps.
And if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, and it would be nice that it would be nice not just for people that are on food stamps, but for everybody in the United States to know what a good diet was, and for everybody to get on board and say, hey, McDonald's is your right as a citizen, but it is terrible for you. We're just going to come out and say it. It's not good for you. They don't have anything healthy on the menu. It says it, but it's not. Matter of fact, when you're looking at all these ingredients on these boxes, there's no need for most of this stuff. It's poison essentially. We don't have that. Not only in the United States, we have this socialist program of welfare where the taxpayers pay in, and then the government decides who the recipients for this money is and turn it into some sort of a government subsidy for food, and then they don't have limits. It's just kind of whatever that's not cooked or something. There's limits, but it's not, doesn't say you can't, like a cake mix in a box. It would be better for every person in the United States to know how to make a cake that didn't come from a box, because it's really easy. There's nothing to it. Those cake mixes are just flour and sugar, and you're adding the
Powdered
eggs.
egg or whatever.
You're adding the eggs
So
and the oil.
depending on what it is, you don't even
Sometimes
need
you
to
just-
add the egg.
Right. But, that's just, I mean, there's no answer. The problem is that it's so deep and so people, just like us, we know what the problems are for the most part. We understand. But we're talking about it here. I guess the most we're going to do. I'm not going to write my congressman.
No, we
You
can't
know,
do nothing about it.
There's not, it's a waste of time. There's people out there doing it, because I can tell you there's people out there that have devoted their lives to lobbying against Congress for anything, fill in the blank, food stamps. There's people been trying to get marijuana on some sort of a legalized,
Or at least decriminalize
for their entire life. That one guy that drives around the United States in a RV that's painted
Yeah,
pot leaves are painted all
420,
over it, and
Old Jim or whatever his name
yeah,
is.
he's just, as far as I know, he might be the most diabolical serial killer in the whole world, but he seems like a good.
I'm gonna kill you, man.
Yeah,
He always stays at the
he
finish
kills some
line.
cereal, all right, every box at a time.
So anytime he's in town, I know because he stays at the gas station across the street from me. So I always see him and his dog. I remember his dog's name, I think, but
Sorry, man.
he had a new dog.
He's the most prolific, almost
sucks
serial
for you.
killer, because every time he tries to kill someone, he gets too high and they escape. He's like, "Get over here, man!"
He's like, fuck, not
Almost-
again, man.
Almost had him.
Oh, we're not very good at this.
Oh, there's the next city.
But the point is, this guy drives around the country and he has his whole life advocating
almost.
for marijuana, and he's not.
Almost more kills
He doesn't
than
have.
anyone.
He's not saying crazy stuff like.
It's just
"Oh,
him and his dog.
It's not like
advocating
he's
for
like
weed.
marijuana's going to cure the world. No, he's just saying, look, there's a plant that's I've been smoking my whole life, and there's any adverse side effects except for I live in a van down by the river. I don't know, and it doesn't make a difference. He hasn't made a single difference. He brings petitions. I've seen people put up petitions before that were signed by thousands and millions. There's been internet petitions, and they just all fall on deaf ears.
Yeah.
The system is so rooted in lobbyist money and kickbacks, and once you become anybody of any significance, you're in that system because you don't get into that. You don't get that high into politics as far as congressmen, senators, governors, presidents, secretary of states. You don't get into those seats without having witnessed corruption yourself and more than likely been involved, and probably not unknowingly. More than likely unknowingly too. For sure, unknowingly you were involved in something that was nefarious, but knowingly by that point of president. Except for maybe like Donald Trump, he never was in politics at all. He just shot right in there as the president. Never was a governor, senator, mayor, nothing. Just an actor.
He may have played one on TV once.
No, I didn't even do that.
You're fired.
We voted him in too. Ronald Reagan too. We're like, man, Ronald Reagan, man, this guy's an actor. And like, look how that turned out. It's like 30 years later, you always like, dang, maybe that wasn't such a smooth move.
He looked good on TV, but God. But then again, who would you really want for president? You want somebody who's a good actor you could believe.
Yeah,
You
my
know?
problem is I haven't wanted any president for the last since I started voting.
You're an idiot. You vote?
Yeah. I always am like, I'm the lesser of two evil guys. I'm gonna fix this. I'm doing my part, and I never do my part. And everybody that I've ever voted in has not helped my cause in any way, no matter what. Or guess what? And anybody that I've not voted in also has not helped me. There's never been a president in the history. Well, I can't. Bill Clinton, during his term, my parents' gas station and their business and things seemed economically were really good during Clinton's administration. Besides the scandal and him being impeached and stuff like that, don't really care. But what I'm saying is probably what I know, like, because I ask the question to people all the time, like, what has the president really done that's affected your day to day? Like, nothing besides it costs 2 more cents here because it's your day to day changes constantly. Look at gas prices out of Walmart; they're $2.46 right now. They were up over 3 something.
Is that the cheapest in town? I'm wondering because Walmart.
It is. It's $2.70 and $2.72 everywhere else in town except for over by Shortstop and Walmart are both $2.46. Shortstop has to.
Yeah, they're going to compete with Walmart.
Everybody getting off the turnpike is like, am I paying $2.89 for fuel or gonna go pay $2.46? I'm gonna just drive.
Which gas stations don't make much money off of gas, and Walmart can sell it at the price they get it. It's just going to bring people into Walmart.
Well, this is gonna be, in my opinion, Walmart should completely have the monopoly on fuel in the city of Emporia now. Because they own all their refineries, they own everything. There's no middleman. Shortstop has to pay what, Phillips 66, is that who Shortstop is? is it a Phillips or Amoco? Regardless, they're bringing gas into that place and they're paying someone, a third party, to bring the gas in. Third party's upcharging them for the delivery and the sale of the gas. They're trying to sell it as cheap as they can to get people to come in the store to buy M&Ms and cigarettes and Dunkin' Donuts and whatnot. So the gas, they may have to take a loss on the gas just to make money off of the store.
Yep.
That's what my dad always said. He's like, fountain drinks is what makes this place a lot of money because there's no overhead on that. You know, the machine is brought in by Pepsi. They bring in the syrups and everything like that, and you just provide the electricity and the water. So you know, gas.
That and coffee. When I worked at Hardee's in high school, my manager showed me a price sheet, and it was like every cup of coffee that size cost them like 8 cents.
It's the cup that cost them.
And the rest of it was profit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that was it. That 8 cents was the styrofoam cup and the lid, and the coffee was nothing.
Nothing. And now they've just went up. McDonald's went up 10 cents on their coffee. They've went up $1 since I started drinking the McCafe, which is what McDonald's is, and it was like $1.70 when I started drinking. It's $2.10 now.
For a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
No shit. Damn.
McDonald's $2.10 for a
It's
cup.
$2.05. I'm sorry.
$5.
But the part of this is taxes from Emporia. Emporia has a tax. The state has a tax, so they're not. It's not all coffee. Plus, coffee is a luxury. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. It's, oh, luxury tax on coffee. It's $30 a pound now.
Well, shit. Just buying coffee for your home and very cheap. Holy
$15
fuck.
for
Yeah.
a can of coffee now.
I remember that shit was, coffee used to be dirt cheap.
25 cents a cup. Like
Most
ago.
places, you just get free coffee.
And sometimes they
Yeah.
bring out soup spoons. So that's fucked up.
Yeah, there you go. Don't spill it.
That was crazy, eh?
Yeah.
So I think we all kind of have a weird phobia-ish thing. Ryan's don't like listening to things flap in the wind, like a strap comes loose or tarps blowing in the wind.
Or walking around naked on a real windy day.
Mine happens to be soup spoons, which happened in grade school, but me and Ryan, we're kind of having a rough day, or rough
Yeah.
couple weeks really, years ago, and me and him, he's like, it's probably what, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5
Yeah.
o'clock. John, you want to go grab a cup of coffee? Fuck yeah, let's go grab some coffee.
Yep.
So we went out to, what's that place by Walmart?
IHOP.
IHOP. It happened to be closed. So me and Ryan were like, fuck it, let's go out to Flying J. Went out there, and God damn it. Anybody who knows me knows I fucking hate soup spoons. Well, we go out there, we just order coffee, and she comes over and throws like a bunch of soup spoons down on the table. Like, sorry, we haven't done dishes yet. This is like 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, we got soup spoons. Motherfucker. You're gonna be shitting me. Ryan's over here trying to cover him up with a napkin for me, which it's not that big of a deal. I made it
Sounds like it
work,
is.
but god damn it. Fucking soup spoons. You have a phobia, Nate, or something you just... I wouldn't call it a phobia, I just fucking hate soup spoons.
I don't know. I have a lot of things I don't like.
I know a lot of people I don't like. I hear you. Any examples?
Anything that would someone would consider odd or different though?
Oh, most of them.
Perfect.
Say,
Yeah.
Nate,
Yeah, Nate, after
you
all,
just described.
I know, like you have a lot of texture stuff with your food.
Yeah, I also don't like chasing my food. So, like salads, I don't like. I hate that. I hate touching my food.
yeah. I used to be really big on that too when I was younger. My peas, I'm one of those people that eat everything. Like I usually start with the least favorite, so I'm getting the peas and I'll work my way to the burger or whatever it is just to get it off my plate. Because back in those days, you ate everything on your plate, or if you didn't, it was waiting there for breakfast for you. So I was like, well, let's get the worst out of the way and then work my way up to what I like.
Oh, I'm a mixer. People that don't like eating with me everything will go into a pile, and I'll eat the whole thing. There's nothing more than I like taking my hamburger when I'm like eating at a barbecue and just fucking dipping it down in the baked beans and having baked beans in the ham. Like I like casseroles. I like to have all the flavors at one time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's weird, but like eating a casserole, I want to stir it real good.
You just shook your head. You're
Well,
like,
it all
Yeah, I know,
gets
it's
mixed up
weird
in your
for people.
stomach. But
Yeah, it all goes to the same place. I mean, I like chili soups and stuff. You know, they don't bother me with celery, carrots, and potato soup like we were talking earlier. That shit don't bother me. Casseroles don't bother me. It's like when it's laid out on my plate.
God, not me. KFC bowls and stuff like that, or fucking burrito bowls, because it's everything.
everything all mixed
Yeah.
together.
And every bite, like as you're biting, like I can taste each. I don't like guacamole, but like if I got just a little bit of guacamole, just a little bit, like as I'm eating through, I hit that guacamole part, and it's like, oh, this is exciting. It's like, I don't know. I like to have it all.
So besides ramen noodles, do you have any other phobias or something that's just fucking weird?
I've never still had sushi either.
Yeah, he's never had ramen
yeah,
noodles
that doesn't
ever.
mean he has a phobia.
I think
or-
that's what it would be called.
I'm just don't want to eat them.
I just don't like soup spoons. I mean, I get it. Just
Well, I mean, this
say
is
what
like-
it is.
I don't want to lay in a bed full of snakes, but I don't have a phobia against snakes. I just
Right.
particularly don't want to do that exercise.
I mean, I'm there with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Damn it.
Ryan, is there a reason like
if
you're
I'm starving, I'll eat some
right?
beets. I hate beets, but fucking give me some if I'm hungry.
I mean, is there like a pinpoint situation you can be like the reason you don't like things flapping in the wind or anything that you can recall?
Not that I can recall. I just remember it filled me with anxiety.
Does this
And
happen
got
when you were a
sweaty.
kid?
It started with kites,
Okay.
like having to fly a kite. I used to love flying kites, and then all of a sudden one day, the tugging sensation and the flapping around, it just, I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. I don't like this. And then, you know, we hold a trailer a lot for Dad with different parts on it. We'd have to tarp it down. And if the tarp came out, there was one time I told you, had to pull over on the side of the road, dripping sweat, and made the guy that was helping us get out and re-tarp everything. I couldn't even go out there and help him.
It's like, what do you call that when you get shell shocked and now they call it something else now?
PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD. I couldn't think of that.
But I don't know what caused it. It was just one day I was fine, then suddenly the next day couldn't handle it. I'm still that way. But like the flag we fly outside, I had to take it down the other day because we had that real super windy day on Tuesday. And I mean, and I'm sitting there just sweat going down my face as I'm trying to roll this up because the wind's blowing it. And I don't know why I do that.
Well, I think people
But
repress memories. There could have been something that was sort of traumatic when you were a kid, whatever it
Or
was.
previous life, possibly.
Or yeah, and you heard that noise or whatever, and now when you hear it, it don't
Trigger
bring the
something.
memory back, but the fear that it caused, or,
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't fucking know. It just seems weird that
Yeah,
it can elude why you know. You would think you'd kind of remember at least.
When I was having panic attacks there for a while, and it was always something with motion. You know, one time it was a ceiling fan when I was at work, and I was sitting there painting in the ceiling fan shadow, kept flying by my eyes. The next thing I knew, I got all sweaty, almost fell off the ladder, had to sit down on the floor, like just hard to breathe. My chest got tight.
Wow.
And I don't know, and it's one of those, you know, I've talked to my therapist, and she was like, you know, it like you guys said, maybe it's something that you've repressed, and it starts bringing it to, and then your body says, fuck this, I don't want to deal with it, so you just have a panic attack.
Or you may have, this is just thinking, but what about like people when they see flashing lights, they have seizures if they have epilepsy, but there's other like kids that people have reported if they give their kids THC oil, then they don't have seizures because these kids will have seizures a lot. And
Right.
So potentially, maybe there's something that's, you have something that's almost triggering a seizure
A
type
seizure?
because of that.
Maybe so. Maybe that's
That-
why my
that-
body's like, get away from it, or you're gonna.
Seize out.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe so.
I mean, that would be
It's
something.
the same thing with music, loud music. Tabby loves listening to her music loud,
Mhm.
but I start feeling that vibration through the floor. And this is what's crazy is I told her I could listen to it in the car and be fine.
You always had subwoofers, like big ones.
Yeah, but if it's in the house and I can hear the windows do that rattling,
Mhm.
and I can feel the furniture, and I'll start. I mean,
It's
just
like motion sickness almost.
it is. I mean, it really is.
Is it a control
It's-
thing? Like in the car, you can control how loud it gets,
And I
that's
think
you?
that's a lot of it.
Now,
is-
if you're in somebody else's car and you can't, you shouldn't be touching buttons. I mean,
Right.
you think that has something to do with it, possibly?
It could be. And I think a lot of it with the stereo is because there's times I've been able to turn it up a little louder. Like Tabby's like, oh, I like this song, but I'm turning it up.
Mhm.
And then if she's in control of it, like she's got Spotify on her phone going to, because she's got one of them big JBL speakers that, I mean,
That's
some
pretty
bitch sounds
badass.
good,
It does
right?
sound good. Got the
And
lights and stuff on it.
Next thing you know, I'm trying to talk to her and I'm kind of yelling over the music, and then I'm feeling it in my chest, and I get super anxious. Super anxious.
Do you ever put like earbuds or anything in? Can you do that?
I put one in. I don't put two of them in, but I'll put one in.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at work, or I'll put one in my right ear.
Because I can't do that. I can be in a car with loud music, at house loud music, but I don't understand how those people go for walks putting earbuds in. Like, oh, I'm gonna go walk a mile. I'm one of those guys that's super alert listening. Like, is somebody coming up behind me?
I
Right.
prefer to
Is there
have it.
shit
I wear the
going on?
ear muffs when I run.
I know. I seen you
Oh, do
yesterday
you?
on your jog. I'm like, what the fuck's he doing? I cannot do that. If it's dark out, especially, well, I just can't do it any time of day. I remember this happened when I wanted a Discman for Christmas one year, and I always hear my mom yelling at me. And then, of course, you get in trouble if you didn't answer back,
Right.
or I just don't want to get jumped. Like, I like being very, now I can put my cell phone like on my chest in a pouch and then listen to music walking around, but I can still hear everything going on around me.
Right.
But totally blocking the world off. Even me, like taking baths, having to go underwater where my ears get covered up. I always feel like there's somebody at that time pounding on the bathroom door, or
Oh,
somebody yelling at me, or a
goodness.
kid saying something I can't hear it, and I pop up real quick. Just fucking can't do it. Fucking hate it. Almost like I hate soup spoons and you hate ramen noodles. Is there anything with your situation, like, can you eat stir fries or burritos or tacos? I know you say you don't like your food together, but
Well, I just don't like touching my food. My food can touch.
oh, you don't like touching your food?
Yeah.
Like a burger?
Yeah.
Like we ate the burger yesterday.
Yeah, and for the most part, I can reason through it. Like especially like if it's ribs and stuff like that, I know I'm going to be fine and I eat it. And especially if someone made it for me, I'm not going to make a big deal.
Right.
And yeah,
Have you ever tried eating with like gloves on?
that's just as bad. You can still feel the sticky and the stuff
Okay.
with the gloves. I know that's
So it's not like a food to hand thing, it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can power through it no matter what it is. Like I'll eat ribs. I enjoy ribs. I'll do all the stuff, but once it annoys me to the point where the food isn't worth the annoyance, then I just stop eating.
Right. Huh.
Or I switch to forks. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say like yesterday.
yeah, the bun was greasy and weird, so I just took the hamburger out and ate the hamburger with a fork.
Your spicy hamburger.
My spicy hamburger.
Spicy.
It's super spicy.
Mine's
Oh,
soup spoons, which a
my.
lot of people think is fucking weird. And April did not know this about me till a few years ago. We were at Applebee's, and it was like a soup and salad, kind of a cold day like this. They had like a special like soup and salad. I'm like, yeah, I'll have that. And then of course they brought out a fucking soup spoon. And April's like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I can't fucking use this. I need a regular spoon. it's not the first time she's ever seen me eat soup because I used to get it from Mr. Gidson's all the time, and always chicken noodle. I pop the lid off and I drink the soup. Never once ever used the plastic soup spoon. And all of a sudden, she's like, you could see her head turn like, yeah, I've never seen John use a soup spoon. And of course, she's like, why do you hate soup spoons? But it all comes back like living in Wyoming. Number one, I've never seen a soup spoon ever in my life. You know, as a kid, we had regular spoons when we ate chili or soup like that. And then me just having a beard in my older years, I just preferred to drink the soup like a normal person, I'd say. But I was at school. I was probably first grade, second grade, and I remember getting my lunch tray and get your spoon, fork, whatever. And all of a sudden, I had this weird looking spoon. It was different than all the other spoons. And for me, it felt like this is an important spoon, but I'm like, I've never seen one like this. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. And for some reason, I thought I was going to get in trouble for having it. Everybody else had a different spoon, like regular spoon. I'm the one that somehow chose the fucking soup spoon. And I remember like that day, the teacher coming up and was like, all right, guys, apparently kids were throwing their food away and the silver was also going in the trash can. And they had very clear, do not throw your silverware away, which I think also triggered this. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, I know I haven't been throwing mine away. And I remember like covering it up with a paper towel or the napkin because I didn't want anybody to see that I was strange or weird, having a weird spoon. I didn't want anybody to question me about it. Or another part of me thought it was an authority deal because I was like, maybe this is a teacher's spoon or maybe this is a special spoon that belongs to a principal. And if I get caught with it, I'm gonna get in trouble. And I remember like this fucker's going in the trash can. She just said it's not going in the trash. It's definitely going in the trash today. And I remember there's like applesauce. I love applesauce or pudding, whatever it fucking was dessert wise. And I was like trying to eat it with my fork and it just was not working out. And we're going up there and chucking that, wrapped it up and chucked it in a fucking trash can. And still to this day, man, I just fucking, and I thought I was all alone with the soup spoon thing. And then Billy Bob Thornton comes to town and kind of did some research on him. He also fucking hates soup spoons. I was like, well, I guess I'm not alone. So I guess there's, no matter how weird your shit is with ramen noodles, me soup spoons, your food touching, and
I
things
don't
going
have
in the
a
wind.
phobia
Shut the
about
fuck
ramen
up, Garrett. I'm in the middle of a
noodles.
conversation.
It's like I just don't want to eat them.
Well, if it's not ramen noodles, what issue do you have?
Oh God, how much time you got, buddy?
That's a podcast.
Hypothetical situation, John. I'm a smack dealer and you're a smack addict. And I got the best smack in town. You just had it a little bit ago. You know you're ready for some more, but you don't got any money. I got some smack, John. You ready to shoot some of this up?
Soup spoon.
All I have is a soup spoon. Go ahead and heat it up, John.
No. Get that out of
Don't
my
you know you
Stop
want
it!
Are you gonna get high or not?
Sick fuck.
You're gonna get sick soon. You know you need it.
No? I'll turn my head, just blast it into my arm. I can't watch
I
it.
touch the spoon on your arm. Like, hold this for me for a second. I don't know that I have anything food-wise that's like, you know, phobia. I'm trying to think that if there's anything weird that I don't. I mean, there's things that I try to avoid. I don't want to. I don't want to do heights. I'm real. Oh yeah, I guess so. If I'm watching a video of somebody on the edge of a roof, I can just about throw up. I will go past that video so goddamn fast. Or if it's like, I read the caption and it's like, or if it's just a video and I see a guy skateboarding and he's on his way up to a rail, I'm going past that.
Really?
Is there a reasoning for that? Can you like go back and?
I've had a lot of broken bones,
Mhm.
and I remember how it fucking every time I see it. This Logan, one of my students, he sends me these videos, and it doesn't bother me. It's happened to me before, so I've broken somebody's arm a couple of times in jiu-jitsu, and that didn't bother me because I guess it was in the moment. Because it did bother me. That one guy was like, oh, but anyway. When it happens and hearing it, a bone break, this guy was gonna do a dive and his foot broke, the board broke and his foot stuck and he dove off. Anyway, his foot was stuck in there and you know what happened. He was hanging by it. So I don't know if it's a phobia, but oh man, that kind of stuff. Like
There's things you just don't like. I
seeing
get that.
people being up high on stuff, and that one guy that was doing the selfies and couldn't hang on anymore and dropped. They recovered his phone, but he's up there and he's doing this and,
hanging with
and
one
then
arm.
he's like, and he just
Can't pull himself.
yeah,
back
you
up.
just see everything change. Like he just
When in panic mode.
lost the adrenaline, and then
A thing that I used to do was like, I think we all been there as kids or younger, like watching or arm wrestling. That's how you prove how tough you are.
Right.
Those
over the
videos
top.
where I see those guys where they're fucking arm wrestling, all of a sudden it just buckles here and
Oh.
falls over. I'm like, oh god, I'm never arm wrestling ever again. Not happening. It makes me sick when I see that. I'm like, fucking hey, dude. I've arm wrestled so many times. But can you just imagine arm wrestling? All of a sudden your arm just breaks. It's like, ugh, those videos, man. I skip past those real fucking quick as soon as I see that.
Well, a couple times I've had a tendon snap on me, twice. One I was lifting, bench pressing, and the other one I was unloading a refrigerator on the back of a truck. So I snapped this tendon in my bicep or elbow, whatever it is, and then this one. I had to get surgery
Yeah, I
on this one.
remember that through that tattoo, and they lined it up pretty good.
Not bad. So, I mean, broken bones, I guess that's just because but that's more like something that I've experienced several times. I broke my left leg 3 separate times, and one of them was horribly bad. It has a plate and 7 screws in there still, and the tendons snapping. So I've had some experience with it. So seeing it and hearing it, I don't know what it feels like because you could never remember, luckily, what pain feels like. Because if you could relive every time, like you were thinking about, oh yeah, I remember I was skiing. Oh, my ankle hurts.
No, it's kind of funny you said. I think everybody's kind of scared of heights one way or another. I've overcome it over the years. You know, I used to work construction, and it became part of my daily thing. But as a kid, I remember, little kid, like they'd be showing like a, say, Full House, and then they do like the sky view kind of coming up. I remember I had to look away for some reason. I felt like I wasn't in control, maybe about
Make
to
your
fall.
knees feel weird.
Yeah, and I had to turn my head. I couldn't watch like area views like when they zoom out on something. I was like, holy fuck. And you know, I remember that as a kid. And of course, it's just TV now, but for some reason when I was younger, I remember that kind of bothering me.
I don't know. I'm pretty, what do you call it? Adaptive, I guess. I can usually go with the flow pretty much wherever I'm at.
Right on.
But then again, I can't too. Like, I don't want my wife wanted me to go to a Halloween party last night, or she asked. I don't think she wanted to go too much either, but a little bit. And I was just like, going out and meeting people that I don't know is so unattractive to me.
That's the worst.
I don't have a social lubricant anymore. If I would have had a couple beers before we went, oh god, I would have had a great time, or fought somebody. And it's the handoff. You got to trade. Either I'm gonna have a good time, or still gonna have a good time, but somebody's getting beat up, or me getting beat up. But probably not, because I'm probably starting the fight. I'm gonna punch them
finishing
before
it.
they have a chance to do anything. I'm a real jerk. But you know, so I there's things that I do if the mood's right. Like if I was at a jiu-jitsu tournament, I can talk to everybody there. Like I'm having a good time. It's my environment. And it used to be I could go to the bar and I could go out and you know people invite me over to a house party.
It
And
used to be light of the party back in the day.
And now I don't even want to go to the party. Like I don't even get invitations to parties anymore. I've turned people down so many times. It's like, oh, I know. There's no use inviting me because I'm probably not gonna go.
Look, guys, I'm having a party tonight. Garrett's coming over. I'll be like, hey, I warned everybody about you coming over. So, I mean, that was kind of a thing there for a little bit.
Well, I mean, understandably.
He's an asshole. He might get in a fight. So watch what you say around Garrett. People are like making excuses for you. That was always kind of weird. You said you had that happen a few times too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which is, I guess it would be normal. I guess I don't know. Like, just don't invite me if it's that big of a deal.
Right. Oh, would you say you're
Me beating the shit out of people at the party's a big deal. Don't invite me.
I mean, really, why did you invite me if it wasn't for this? You know who I
But
am.
you've changed a lot. When would you say that the last time you just, in a rage, punched somebody or choked them out? How long has it been? Was it last time here at the shop?
Probably sitting right here in this chair.
Punched what's his name?
Bonko.
Well, wasn't gonna mention any names.
Yeah,
In that same fucking month, I think you choked another one of my buddies out upstairs.
I don't know if it was the same month. Yeah, around that time was
Was that an eye-opening experience for you? Like,
no, I've done that so many times. I mean, that's
I
not.
know
like,
you have, but I
that's-
mean, do you do
pretty
shit
normal
like that
thing.
now anymore?
No, I don't even want to fight anymore. I
Right.
don't have a problem with anybody, and I don't really want to hurt somebody because that's probably more than likely now. So I already knew how to fight good enough. I mean, it wasn't like I was out getting beat up. I
Right.
was usually doing for the most part, I was usually the most aggressive, and like, if you wanted to fight, I did too. I was ready to go, and I wanted to. I guess I felt like I had something to prove more than somebody else that might not have actually wanted to fight, but they said something, and then I was ready, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to do this now." So they start getting tough. Come on, motherfucker, and thinking it's just going to be a little bit of pushing back and forth, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, this guy's a fucking maniac."
I've seen you fight over the years I've known you, like probably 6 times.
Nobody should say that about their friend.
Well, I
Unless
mean-
it's Rob, because Rob fought in the ring, and I went to your fights and watched you in the cage. But nobody should have a friend where they say, "I've watched you fight." Why am I fighting 6 times? That's just around you.
Yeah.
That's not.
And then there's
counting
another 6 stories I wasn't there for.
and more. I mean, and if you're another friend of mine that hung out with me when I was going at the bars and playing darts and things like that, then you got 6 more stories. Because
Right.
like, and it wasn't like people were picking me out. I was an asshole. Like when I drank, it was like whatever I wanted. I wanted to have fun, but if you weren't involved in it or if you were trying to interrupt that fun, like, then my attitude would change over to, well, I'm gonna whip this guy's ass so we can continue our fun, I guess. Who's coming with me?
Well, it happened at the old tattoo shop. I seen you fight one guy twice.
Yeah, he
That
would-
fucking guy.
didn't.
Albuquerque,
Let
New
up.
Mexico. Professional fighter.
Yeah,
Boy,
was.
he was not.
Or he was the
And you
worst
didn't even
professional
know what
fighter
you
in
were
history.
doing even then.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I was always aggressive and would
You
throw.
Happy Gilmore that guy. You pulled his shirt over. his
Yeah,
head and beat
pulled
the
his shirt over his head and socked him up, and then he got up and wanted it again. Yeah, that's that type of stuff. I was small and I got picked on when I was a kid, and when I finally did get the balls to fight somebody, then it went the wrong direction. Then I wanted to fight everybody. Like then I was the same guy that I didn't want to become. I was the same guy that would be. I guess I didn't necessarily pick on people. My problem was if somebody else was getting picked on, especially if it's like I'm out drinking and like somebody's getting ready to get into a fight. Whoever the underdog of that thing is, I'm jumping in on it with them. That's my drunk mind is like, why are you picking on this guy? Well, like he fucking showed his dick to a group of girls in the back, but I didn't hear that part. I just see this older guy getting fucking singled out in the bar. So I'm like, fuck you guys. And I'm like, oh, you're sticking up for this pervert? And like, you call me a pervert? Like, that's not what I said. All right, everybody's getting it.
Everybody's getting it.
Yeah, I don't have very, very few rationalization skills when I'm drinking. I mean, I don't have any. There's no rational thoughts most of the time, and you can tell me anything. Like if it sounds like it'd be fun, but it's really crazy. Yeah, let's go break into the old pool and go swimming. Like, oh yeah,
Let's go cow tipping.
like that wouldn't. If you said something crazy to me while I'm drinking, like I don't think that's. Oh yeah, okay, let's go do that. There's no like.
This is a bad idea.
The frontal cortex is so relaxed. It's just like the decision making is. Everything seems. But nothing. I was never like I could be an asshole, or wanted to fight, but I wasn't really more nefarious than that. Just like I would either be a happy drunk and have fun, or I'd be a grumpy drunk, and it's like
You just didn't know which one you were gonna be at any given time.
Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing.
that's the problem still too. Like this is the problem. I don't drink because I might be having the time of my life until maybe the whiskey
So
changed.
you're not.
I went from beer to whiskey, or had too much whiskey, or too much beer, or I don't know what. Something triggers that
Response.
just belligerent drunk, and it's horrible. I mean, then the worst part of it is, especially as the older I got and the more I drank, the less I remembered from the days before. And people be filling me in, and I'm trying to remember calling people, hey, did I leave my fucking car at your house? Again, where is it? Oh, it's at the bar. I'm trying to remember how many bars I was at, and then I remember the first bar. I was like, we went to, shit, where would we go? Where did I even start last night? I remember I had to go to the gas station and get gas, and I bought a 30-pack while I was there. All right. Oh, yeah, I ran into what's his name. Oh, shit, that wasn't that night. Oh, man, everything's blurring together now. And I'm trying to piece together. There's so many nights I don't even remember. I have no clue what happened that
We were
night.
talking about that earlier
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
No recollection. I mean, doing things that, and not having, like, if you were to come to me today and say that I did this, I would not have remembered. Even though maybe I don't remember things until you mention them, these moments, I'll never get back. There's no way. It's blackout drunk. And I hated that. Oh, waking up you don't know where you're at. Sometimes I wake up and I'd be at the house, but I'd be in a different room or something, or passed out on the bathroom floor or couch, or made it to the porch but didn't make it in, type of situation. But the worst would be like waking up and starting to come to and not even recognizing any fucking thing at all. And you're not at your house, and you're at somebody else's house. Woke up in their kids' bunk beds.
You called me up that night,
What?
or that morning.
What the
John, come pick me up.
What is this? Pick me up, man. I don't know exactly where are you? I don't know. Hold on.
Steps out. I'm across the street from the bowling alley.
Come pick me up.
All right, dude. I got you. You always held your shit together pretty good when me and you were hanging out. But man, it's like as soon as you left my house, the story the next morning was way different than what it started out for sure.
Or if I remembered,
Right?
that'd be the thing. Yeah, that's why I don't drink.
Well, at least you figured out what the problem was and you took care of it. It's those people that don't fucking. There's people that will just constantly make excuses for their drinking. Like, well, yeah, this, here, and that. And they just not good at it, which a lot of people should quit.
Well, because if you're an alcoholic, in whatever aspect of the word, it's not like, I mean, I can quit drinking or doing anything really whenever I want. It's just admitting that alcohol was an actual problem because I could not control when I was going to fuck up. Yeah, I could sit here this morning and drink beer with you guys and I would be probably fine, probably. Or I had a bad night the night before, and then Ryan pissed me off because he had a bad night and didn't get much sleep, and I think he's got a grumpy face. And I think Ryan ought to be fucking happy because I am, and you're ruining my good time, all right? Nate's too happy. I'll put a stop to that. Like that's my weird brain thinking, like, what are you, like, because everything's just floating around into the wrong spots. I think, the signals are getting sent, but they're just not getting picked up. Like, don't do that. I remember, I know several times I'd go into a bar and I go to take a piss and I'm like, splashing water on my face. And I'm like, "Ooh, I'm fucked up. I'm so fucked up," thinking I'm going to get myself, and I'm like, I'm going to go get some more beer.
That'll sober me up.
Like, damn, I am hammered. I'm telling myself in the mirror, you are wasted. But there's never like, maybe you ought to slow down. That part I never said that, like, hey, you're plenty.
They like
it settle
slap
for
a
a
water on
while.
my face, like, okay, a few more beers. I'll be all
No.
right.
Instead, I splashed some water on my face. I'm like,
I'm sober now.
woo! Dump a beer over and chug some, throw the bottle down. Woo! Who wants to party? And then trying to find bars are all closed down and trying to find beer still. And back then, there's liquor stores would close down way early. You couldn't buy beer on Sundays. Couldn't go to the gas station. So I'm looking for booze. I'm out walking around, looking if people's lights are on and there's a house party happening.
John's still up. He's probably drinking.
Wow.
In those days, I was.
Yeah. Yeah, end of the night, like, oh, bar closed down. I want to head over to Eastgate and see if John's still up. Fuck, sometimes there might be a house full of people.
Yep. Usually there was.
So it'd be, okay, party on.
Yeah.
You know, keep going.
I was drinking beer all night, but John only drinks whiskey, so I guess I'm getting fucked up off of whiskey.
Yeah. Wake up with a sore ass, a dollar bill pinned to my t-shirt, and a bottle of wine in my hand.
Thing happens every time you stay the night at my house.
Well, it's that wine that you have that you make yourself.
I made a lot of wine.
Yeah, made a lot of wine over the years. It's always good to get drunk on.
Yeah.
I mean, you get drunk again the next day real easy.
Oh, yeah. Real easy. I always kind of called bullshit on there, but I was a wino for years. But I remember drinking a gallon of wine, which was what I did every night. And then you'd have a few more drinks in the morning after you'd go to work. And it seemed like it kind of picked up where it left off. And I was like, wine stays in your system a little different. I think it's just, it takes longer to process, or maybe it's separating good from bad. I don't really know.
It's a different kind of drunk too.
I know when I went back up north, and it'd been probably 12 hours since I drank, maybe longer. And then I tore a motor out of a car, was, busy all day, sweating my ass off. And I went and cracked a beer and slammed it. And then all of a sudden I was just like fucked up. I was like, Jesus, I've heard people drinking water saying they've gotten drunk again. But the one beer, man, I was just shit faced. And it'd been a long time since like I said, probably 12 hours, if not longer, since I even drank wine.
Ooh, hair of the dog. That was my favorite recipe. I mean, the only way to beat a good hangover is just to start over again. First thing in the morning.
Why not? We used to we drank 90 cans of beer in a 24-hour period or less.
We drank like 60 beers in like an 8-hour fucking period.
And when I say we woke up and there was a few, like ZZ Todd had one or two, Cliff had a couple. We woke up and there was like 4 beers left, which was our breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 30-packs, and we went through all that in no time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I say. Like when I used to go out and drink, it wasn't going to get. I was going to go get a 12-pack of beer. That would never happen. I'm not going to pick up a 12 because I'm going to drink 12 for sure.
Just getting tuned up at 12.
I'd get a 30-pack. Sometimes when Angie and I were together, I'd get a 30-pack and we'd sit and drink 15 beers in the evening each. We'd sit and drink 15 beers out on the front porch or watching TV with kids home and everything. We're getting fucked up. Well, at the end of 15 beers of a night, you're hammered. I'm going to go to bed, go to work the next day, and get up and
all over.
Gonna get some drinks tonight or what? Like that. I was gonna get a 30-pack. Well, it's Friday.
Better get 2 30-packs.
You know,
or a bottle of whiskey, some Sailor Jerry, and a 30-pack.
Yeah, I mean, typically if it's Friday, like it's the weekend, we're getting ready to hang out. We'll be going to the bar and drinking for sure, but there'll be times when the bar's closed. We'll be at home. You're gonna need beer. I'm talking drinking all day. Like you going out to do your job, like go mow the yard, gonna go work on your car. There's some beers in the hand too. You know, heading over across town and run out to Walmart and grab a couple beers to take on the road, man. Jesus Christ. Like, to go to I've walked to the tattoo shop before and brought beer with me to drink on the way and to fucking drink when I got to the tattoo shop in case John hadn't got beer yet. I want to have beer. And this is the morning. I mean, terrible. Why do that? All those years I wasted drinking, they're literally, I know why I was doing it back then.
Why were you doing it back then?
Well, I mean, I was just going through custody battles with my kids all the time and never got to see them.
Yeah.
When I did, I'd be sober, but man, in between times, hammered, and then I would be doing the responsible thing, but in between times trying to figure out how I'm going to, spend time with my kids when I get them. the next time, but instead I'm just getting hammered drunk and then trying to wing it the 7 days I have them or whatever the case was, the weekend or the Wednesday or whenever it was that I did get them after a while, you know. Which probably led to me not getting my kids even more,
Yeah.
you know.
Which leads to rage, which leads to depression,
drinking.
which leads to more drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took me a while to get out of that cycle, you know.
You still struggle with it at all?
No,
You want some of this?
no, no. I don't ever think, oh man, I'd like to go have a beer. That's just not. I'm like, I have too much shit going on. I just know. I know myself, and I know how much shit I have to do, and there's no. I don't have a time for.
I'm sure the repercussion now, like hangovers and
It'd be 2 or 3 days.
yeah.
It'd be 2 days.
You
Like
could drink a 6-pack now, be fucked up, and then be feeling shitty for the next few days.
I bet you. I bet if I got a 6-pack and just sat in here and drank 6 beers with you guys in say 2-3 hours, well, one, I'd need a ride home, because 6 beers I know I would be hammered, and especially if I drank them fast, and then I'd need somebody to tell me, no, we're not going to get any more beer, because at that point I hadn't drank for so long, and if they went down good,
And you're feeling good, your
Yeah.
vibes good.
especially on a day like today, there's nothing else to do. I'll be calling into work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to jujitsu practice.
All right.
So now I've missed jujitsu practice, called into work, I've lost money, I've missed a class, I'm not training Tuesday because I'm still feeling like shit. Yeah, I know, it'd be a half a week deal.
We get drunk, I'd get you to eat ramen noodles, and you'd be like, God, those ramen noodles fucked me up.
Like,
You wouldn't
no.
blame the alcohol at all.
No, be like, hey, that beer, I didn't have a hangover at all, but man, those ramen noodles made me sick.
Fucked me up for 3 days.
I had a headache, I felt cotton mouth all the time, like, not eating ramen noodles ever again.
You got a beer?
You got any Milwaukee's best? Hold the ramen. I guess you're right though, live and learn. It's good that I was able
Learn.
to figure it out. It just took, I'm a really slow learner. And it wasn't just about learning, there's an element of addiction there.
Yeah.
Whether it being, I don't really feel like I've never been like withdrawal because I don't have to have alcohol. But the escape that alcohol gives me, because I forget everything. I mean, when I'm drinking, I don't care about nothing.
Is alcoholism running in your family at all? I mean, your dad, was he a drinker, or your mom, or?
Mom drinks now, but it's been periodic through, like, she never was a big drinker. But I'd say now she drinks more than ever. She drinks at night. When she gets home, they drink wine. And her husband drinks some beers, and they'll wine and beer. And she goes out. She called me from Turbo's drunk last week. Mom, if you're watching, quit doing this. Is like the second time in the last couple of months, 3 months. The last time she called and was like, hey, I want to show you these people your picture of all your tattoos. And I said, well, then go to my Instagram. You know, she's like, no, just send me a picture. I'm like, no, I'm not sending any pictures. You're drunk. Leave me alone. And I hung up. And then this week, she calls me, I'm assuming from Turbo's again. I'm at the bar and my friend is here. Do you have FaceTime? I said, Mom, it's 2025. Anybody that's got a goddamn phone has FaceTime. I'm not FaceTiming you right now. And then I get the FaceTime request coming in on my phone. I fucking just hung up.
She's like, Tadpole's all pissed off.
Well, it's just like, you're 60 some years old and you're out at the bar getting drunk calling your son,
Fuck yeah.
trying to exploit him. She's using her son's tattoos to gain some sort of a friendship with this person. I don't think so. You're not gonna ride my
taking
coattails.
somebody home.
It's chicks. She's like, I'm
I
like,
didn't know
Mom.
she swung that direction.
Well, yeah, well. Anyway,
Congratulations.
this is the problem too. If she shows these girls my picture, you know they're gonna start calling me and trying to contact me on Facebook and
Right.
trying to get into ruin my relationship. Probably trying to spoil me with money.
Ooh.
Sugar baby. I'd be a sugar baby. Sorry, honey, if you're watching this, but if there's any old ladies out there that just need a young stud to take them around town and
You're not young.
take them on train rides. Compared to these old bitches, I am. I'm talking 80s, 70s.
Yeah.
The older the berry, the sweeter the juice. Get a hold of me, I'll be your sugar baby. I'll be your arm candy. You need a trophy? Here I am. Wonder what they charge, because those girls make crazy money. But I know there's guys out there that do it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Deuce
yeah.
Bigelow, Mel Gigolo. They had 2 documentaries on that.
Bingo. Yeah, he did it so much they had 2 documentaries on him.
Right.
Because
1 and
he's
2.
most prolific serial gigolo there ever was.
Right. Serial gigolos.
I always wondered, like, if you're a gigolo, like for a girl, you can kind of just and get it done to you. But if you're a guy, you gotta get a boner.
Right.
Gotta have a semi driving.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you, if it's like a chick that you're not attracted to, but you still need to get the deed done, how do you get it?
Need that money.
I think some guys just do it. They're just like, can do it.
There's some people out there that can just do it. I've never been that guy.
No. Give me enough booze that I can forget about it, though.
Was that Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star? You ever seen that?
That was a good one.
Did you ever see that one, Ryan?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nate, you're missing out. Bucky Larson.
You know what it would be like to be a child star and then like Macaulay Culkin and these kids that get into the industry that's already widely corrupt.
Well, Macaulay Culkin kind of made it out good, but you look like Corey Feldman.
I don't
From the
think Macaulay
Goonies.
Culkin made it out good,
He was on
bro.
Joe Rogan podcast here a couple of years ago. I mean, he's doing pretty good. He made quite a bit of money, and seems like he's cleaned himself up.
Yeah, but he had to clean himself up.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be any actor in general, child star or not. I mean, Charlie Sheen, he was on Joe Rogan the other day.
Yeah, but you heard him. He started when he was 18. He was doing Top Gun when he was 21 years old.
Did you
dude.
hear the most money he was making? He was making $52,000, or maybe it was $54,000 an hour. That is absurd amount of fucking money.
He made
Imagine
$1 million
making-
an episode for
Yeah.
the 2 men in a household, 2 men and a baby, or whatever the fuck that series.
2.5 men.
2.5
Two and a Half Men,
Yes, that's the one. But $54,000 an hour.
Yeah,
That's fucking stupid.
$54 an hour is stupid money.
Right. 54,000.
And he was just like hiring 10 hookers at a time.
Yeah, all the blow you can handle. Well, he had tiger blood.
Kind of an amazing dude to be able to come out of all that somewhat coherent and still have a good vocabulary and
Just kind
still
of a
be kind of well spoken. His brain's
head
gotta
on
be
his
fried.
shoulder. Yeah.
You know how many nights that he spent like doing coke till his face was numb and taking probably other stuff to keep his junk going?
Oh yeah.
Because he's banging several girls. I mean, he wasn't doing a girl. He wasn't getting an escort. There would be multiple every time. Like he was having a party.
Everybody else is having all the fun. How's Aunt Debbie doing?
She's doing good.
What time is it?
It is.
Let's end this thing. It's 8:30.
29.
All right, guys, have a good weekend. Let's thank our sponsors, Mods Tattoo Company, Emporia Training Center, and Nature's Paradise Health Food Store. I do it at the end now because I want to wait till you guys watch the whole thing before I lay all the good stuff on you. All right. Have a good week, everybody.
I thought that went on.